black is all I'm saying.
Ooh, hot calling the kettle black.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Hot calling the kettle black. So I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's gay?
50 Cent is.
Oh my Lord, please.
What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode is
Wait,
over.
Vivica Fox. What are you insinuating?
Well, I mean,
He gave you...
no, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear.
Argument between 50 Cent and his ex-girlfriend Vivica Fox, whom he just came for and made fun of for getting a little BBL at almost 60, isn't going away, you know. As you all know, 50 Cent is always present when Viva is in the lead, and this time he did not disappoint. Her new figure has been buzzing on social media for a few days. He initially gave us the idea that he was enjoying what he was witnessing, and some even conjectured that he would want to spin the block with Vivica. However, he soon started to take a strong stance against her. You all know that Vivica is not the person you want to play with, even as she said that she was not going to find another man and that the surgery had destroyed her physique. I'll be honest, I'm not lying when I say that my decision to have her body done caught many people off guard, but now I know that it's her body and she has the right to do it. 50 Cent just realized this again, as she clapped back and made some rather bold statements about how she is on the DL. He wouldn't be able to identify a real woman if it struck him in the face. This one would be great if you sat down. She has always been fine, and her body has always been beautiful, so I think that's what made it even more surprising. To be fair, some people have been talking about her body in the last few years, which is ridiculous. Since she is an adult, she is free to do as she pleases. Remarks that a woman doesn't look the same as she did in her prime, especially Kill Bill, which was published in 2023, more than 20 years ago, just don't make sense because a woman's body is constantly evolving. Although her figure clearly doesn't look the same now that she is almost 61, she killed Bill when she was in her mid-30s, and as I said before, she still looked good for her age. You can only imagine how taken aback we were when she promoted her hairline during a meet and greet in Houston a few weeks ago, showing us her freshly finished physique.
And I'm back on my grind. I saw you in my lifeline, only in my lifetime. Money will help light up the Chicago skyline, and that's why I'm 7 o'clock, that's prime time. Having to watch God calling from the hotlines. Why you keep giving me hotlines? I'm a star, how could I not shine? How many ladies in the house? How many ladies in the house without a spouse? Something in your blouse got me feeling so ousted. What you about? On that independent shit. Trade it all for a husband and some kids. You ever wonder what it all really means?
Naturally, this sent the internet into a frenzy because you don't often see ladies in their 60s undergoing BBLs or other cosmetic operations like that, and do a little nip and tuck and facial lift, but most BBL recipients are definitely in their 20s or 30s. Fans naturally had a lot to say, leaving comments like, "I support people using their bodies however they like, but sis has a sense of calm. She already looks good enough for her age and doesn't need any more surgery." Being in a circumstance where our elders are unsure of how to age is quite dangerous for a 60-year-old. Do you not think so? No one was surprised when 50 Cent hurried into the conversation and said, "Wait, let me see." At first, many thought, in response to his dubious comment, he remarked, "Dude, who said I was spinning the block?" But I'm telling the truth, that booty was nice, because he was making an effort to be pleasant or even flirty with Viva. It seemed to me that his fans started to wonder if he was still in love with her and may be amenable to rekindling their romance. But the following day, he began behaving like the cliched 50 Cent that we all hate, trolling Vivica without any reason. To demonstrate how different she appeared and how her body didn't seem the same, he first shared a video of it. He included a blatantly phony photo of her Instagram at the end of the video, giving the idea that he was deliberately attempting to set her up for a scam. I won't lie. Although Vivica's appearance in the video differed greatly from her social media posts, social media isn't real because practically all celebrities aided their images with Photoshop and filters. 50 Cent therefore knew exactly what he was doing when he posted the picture, since he intended for it to be a negative conversation about her. You don't want to mess with Vivica. And according to an insider, she isn't surprised that 50 is using narrow-minded attacks because he has always been that way. She finds his comments to be incredibly spiteful and unfounded, and she has been threatening to get him into a lot of trouble if he doesn't stop. Given my knowledge of Vivica, I wouldn't be surprised if she carried out her threat to incite conflict because, despite being apart for more than 20 years, these two still find time to insult and make fun of each other. Viva is the only person who knows how to keep things intense with 50, and these two have broken up. Beginning when they first met at the 2003 BET Awards, when 50 was enthralled with her stunning beauty, and continuing through a journey of love, hate, love, and all in between.
You know, I want to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress too.
They made it obvious to the public that they were officially together when they walked the red carpet together at the 2003 MTV Video Music Awards. Let's move on to their superstar heyday, when Vivica Fox was that Hollywood star who was stacking hit after hit with movies like Independence Day, and 50 Cent was blazing up, dropping Get Rich or Die Trying, and amassing an incredible 12 million sales worldwide. There are no more rumors, no more skydive speculation. Playing the game to Kill Bill was heartbreaking. Vivica was grubbing, but this couple had it all, soaking up the limelight. 50 seemed to be as infatuated as Vivica for a very short time, and he even seemed to have plans to pop the question. He finally grew increasingly in love with her every day after treating her like a queen.
He filled my entire house with my favorite flowers, which were Casablancas and gardenias. He's very romantic, and he's like a big teddy bear. Yeah. And see, I know that side of him, and he's very sweet and very kind and gives the best hugs.
Now let's talk about, he's 10 years younger than you are.
11.
11 years younger than you are. And you said it energizes you.
Yeah, definitely makes me happy. Keeps a pep in my step for sure.
Was he in love with you?
Very much. I mean, I think that the reason why it's haunted me for such a long time is I found out later that he wanted to propose to me. So that's why.
Right, okay. So I'll set the stage. They're in Monte Carlo. 50's got the ring in his pocket.
No.
No,
he was going to have a theater because I was excluded in the international tour of Kill Bill.
However, because 50 was angry with Viva, he decided to alter his mind about the proposal, and what was supposed to be a 12-carat engagement ring ended up being a pair of earrings and everything.
Is it true that you turned the 12-carat ring into a pair of earrings?
Yeah.
However, since their romance collapsed like a house of cards in the slightest wind, let's speak about how it took a drastic turn for the worse. Even back then, there was no such thing as privacy, and these two were constantly being seen. It turns out that age wasn't simply a number, so let's talk about the age gap. Every action they take makes headlines, and let's be honest, having your business constantly in the news isn't a recipe for a healthy partnership. 50 was just 27 years old, and Via was in her late 30s. Assume that the maturity of the 50s was likewise essentially non-existent. Then there was the real problem. 50 couldn't keep their romance off the streets if there was a camera, a microphone, or even just an open window nearby. Vivica wasn't here for all the tea because of the lack of privacy, going public too soon, and the fact that he was in his 50s. You would think that at 27, he would be more adept at that, but clearly discretion wasn't in his language. Tendency to speak loudly, this thing caught fire like a 4th of July firework, and it was doomed from the beginning.
Oh man, my love life is great.
Is it like the first time though when Vivica gives you the go-ahead and says she's gonna get naked in your bed? Is it awesome?
Yeah, man, it's exciting.
Are you able to hold out a long time?
No.
Is she loud in bed? Like, does she make a lot of noise? Does she make a lot of noise?
Nah, she don't make a lot of noise.
She doesn't?
Instead of responding to the situation like a mature adult, 50 Cent decided to end his relationship with Viva because he believed that his tough guy reputation was being undermined. But did he send her down and have a candid conversation without returning home? One girl found out she was single. To wake up, turn on the radio, and find out you've been dumped live is the worst way to end a relationship. But 50 Cent did more than just break up with Vivica. He left her without ever phoning, texting, or talking to her.
It's all good, you know?
Okay, and I guess he went on his European tour.
Yes.
And at that point, I guess the relationship started to kind of devolve.
The relationship broke up after the World Music Awards. I came back and he was on the radio saying he dumped me.
You found out on the radio?
Yeah, my friend called me. I was in Baltimore filming The Salon, and my friend, the stylist, whose name is skipping me right now. Oh, my friend Daryl Brown called me and said, yo, your boy's on the radio blasting you. And first I went, who? And he was like, 50 Cent. I was like, Curtis? He was like, yeah, he's telling everybody you guys broke up. And I was like, we did? Huh? So he never personally said, it's a wrap.
On the radio.
Yeah, but he went on, and you know, that was his way. That was his way when I look back at it.
He just disappeared like a magician doing a trick, leaving her completely devastated. To make matters worse, he ran his mouth rather than keeping things cute and elegant. He started telling everyone what they had to say, and then he dared to accuse her of manipulating him to gain influence.
You or you dumped her? Be honest.
Okay, I ain't calling no more.
Oh, really?
She wants to stop calling.
Really?
Well, what happened?
She told you to stop calling?
Nah, I stopped calling. I feel like how people was taking advantage of the situation as far as her publicist was concerned.
They were using you for publicity.
Good for you. Nah, but it couldn't have been using me for publicity because then, you know.
In a way, you're the hottest thing out there.
Yeah, but then it would be, then we wouldn't have been together intimately.
The day they arrived, and they were unable to handle the exposure and attention their relationship was getting.
It was that we just went way too public, way too fast.
It was like a huge learning lesson for me. You know, it was the first time that I went public with the relationship that I should have maybe taken the time to get to know him.
With 50 Cent?
Yes.
But Vivica was not the person to play with, as I said before. She didn't have time for 50 Cent's bullshit, and she wasn't going to give him cheap points by making her look like a clout chaser. She wasn't going to let him drag her name through the mud without a fight. She didn't sit silently while he disseminated lies like he was on a press tour, so she clapped back, and they clapped back hard. No, ma'am. She clarified it that she would never use him for publicity, and she most certainly would not let him ruin her name to increase her level of fame. He had another idea if he believed he could play with her.
Relationship didn't work out, but the press lasted a lot longer than the relationship did. So, I mean,
why do you think the press does that? Why do they like vilify the woman? Because when I read that stuff, I was like, it's so ridiculous.
No, it wasn't the press. It was him.
Oh,
Him. He was like, she's exploiting me. She's trying to use me for, you know, to get publicity, and which was so not true. I was about to be in a film with, you know, Oscar-winning actors, and I've been acting for years. But, you know, I just considered that ghetto love. That was his way of dealing with it.
However, he continued to act petty even after 50 broke off his relationship with Viva. He also ridiculed her in some of his songs, such Get in My Car, in which he states, my game F with the B-brain until she thinks she wifey spends her life savings in the day because she likes me commitment from me. I assumed he had a date with Vivica, But the next week, he made her appear horrible in front of everyone by acting as if he wasn't even dedicated to her. Vivica described the song as devastating and humiliating, expressing how deeply it affected her.
After that, his people got in touch with my people, and next thing I know, we were on the phone. And my birthday was coming up, and he's such a gentleman. He's very generous. I know him as Curtis, always will. And the 50 Cent, you know, those are his performing thing and who he is as a man. So I met Curtis.
He attempted to get her a job and even located her while she was on the television program Empire. Much like the professional troll that 50 is, he'd attributed the show's demise in an interview to what he called. He claimed that 3 million fewer viewers watched last night's episode of Empire due to the overtly LGBT content. Have you seen it? The extra celebrity or LGBT content was intolerable. Received a lot of backlash for this, but he defended himself by stating that they would argue that Empire lost 3 million viewers because of too much LGBT content and that it must be a dull news week. I told the child to stop trying to rhyme and to be quiet since he was going to ruin the show and everyone was waiting for power. Vivica, on the other hand, wasn't ready to let it go, so she retaliated by revealing his secrets, implying that he was working with Soulja Boy behind the scenes.
What were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff?
First of all, you know, the pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh, hot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. Oh, that was shade. That was dangerous shade.
Hot calling the kettle black. So, I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's
50
gay?
Cent is...
Oh my Lord, please. What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode is
Wait,
over.
Vivica Fox, what are you insinuating?
Well, I mean,
he gave you...
No, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear. So
you mean sometimes if people protest too much about something,
yes,
the fire is happening right there in front of them.
Absolutely. I just never forget there was a Vibe cover with him and Soulja Boy that made me kind of go,
Oh no, now she thinks I'm gay because I let her lick my ass, 50 Cent remarked in response to her retort. Hold on. She bound my hands and had me do something I didn't want to do. 50 Shades of Grey. However, Vivica continued the fight by posting an image of 50 wearing makeup that had never been seen before along with the caption, "Tell you what 50 cents, since you keep on telling my lie." In order to resolve this, I'm daring you both to make an appearance on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live. You know it now, Queen. I could go on and on about these two and their history of unexpectedly contacting one another, but I think you all understand that 50 Cent is the one, even though Biva can be a pain in the ass. Since 50 Cent wants to be considered a tough person and his immaturity caused a divorce, you are all aware of how he constantly makes fun of her and her booty. Vivica Fox claims that he is repeating the same behavior. He initially said that her body looked wonderful and even hinted that he might be interested in something. However, as soon as people started to say that he was clearly attracted to her, he suddenly shared a strange video of her body on social media to make her laugh. However, according to a source, Iva has finished playing 50's games and is now warning him not to use her name. She is one of the few people that can compete against 50, as I previously stated, and she still has. He clearly doesn't want to smoke with BBL Vavi, so he might want to watch what he says because it seems like she has been sitting on some dirt. These two lovers are as messy as they come, but I'm interested in your opinion on Vivi's unjustified attack on Viva and her vow to dishonor him. Please view this video after leaving a comment below.